Alrighty, well, here we are at the printers for the press check, and this means the calendar is very, very close. Super excited, super excited. G'day everybody, how you going today? It is so good to see you. I do hope you're super well. Well, we are reaching fever pitch. I do not think we will have a time like this again in the Nikon space anytime soon. The Z9 I see as the most important release for Nikon either side of 20 years. That's how I feel about it. Unless they do make that medium format camera, but even so, this is a line in the sand that says Nikon is here, Nikon's arrived, it's at the same place as its peers, and there is nothing for anybody to worry about. Whether you buy a Z9 or not, there is nothing to worry about because Nikon can do what they need to do. That is why this is so important. That is why we're talking about it so much. And then it will be gone and we won't be talking about it anymore, will we? This pre-released time. So what I want to do before the next trailer drops is just talk about the latest things that are coming out. There is so much information coming out right now at such a pace. I did decide to leave it a couple of days, but so much is happening. And, you know, we don't exactly know whether the fourth teaser will tell us everything or whether it'll be the fourth teaser and then we have to wait another couple of days. So it still could be a little while yet until we know. When I say a little while, a couple of days. And there are many of us on the edge of our seats. But before we dive into that stuff, I just want to very quickly shout out, here it is! Oh my God, it is the 2022 calendar. It's printed. You would have seen at the start of this video a little bit of that printing going on. Well, it is a real thing now, and I am so pumped about it. This image here is one of my all-time favorites. So anyway, if you're excited about the calendar, jump on the website, order yourself one. I will actually, they haven't even had their holes punched yet. I basically saw it getting a little bit printed and a little bit bound. Again, you would have seen the video. I'll be shipping these probably at the end of this week. I did ask the printer when, probably the end of the week. Let's hope so. So yes, jump on the website, mattowen.com, get yourself a calendar. So exciting. All right, well, let's dive into all the latest rumors from Nikon. Okay, so let's just start. Disclaimer, these are rumors. But what I would like to say at this point, we are so close to launch at this point in time, and there is so much information flowing from so many different directions, it would be hard to believe that, if not some, all of this stuff we're hearing at this point is true. Certainly if I was Nikon and I was in the marketing department, I would be slowly leaking some of this stuff out because it creates this energy. And here I am. I'm part of that energy and many others are part of that energy. And it's just builds the hype, builds the excitement, makes more noise. And ultimately, what do you want to do? You want to make noise to drown out everyone else around you. Well, I think, whether deliberate or not, let's hope the Z9 that we actually see meets what we're seeing now. So I just want to say this first and last time, with a grain of salt, take this stuff. But I do believe at this point in time, we're so close that a lot of it is going to be accurate. Anyway, let's dive into the absolute latest information. So an alleged presentation was dropped on YouTube, I think YouTube India, and it was talking about a few more things. So those things were, to begin with, the Z9, unstoppable. Now, in the last title of my last video about this subject, I said Godzilla. Well, you know, Godzilla is pretty unstoppable. So I think we're on the same page there. This camera is going to be hard to beat. And next, they're saying in a world first, we will have 8K 60p in a mirrorless camera, in a mirrorless, originally, photography camera. It's also going to have a double-coated low-pass filter. I have no idea what that does or what it means, double-coated. If anybody knows what those extra coatings may or may not do, please let me know in the comments below. Perhaps One of the most critical pieces of information, again, if it's true, the world's fastest scan rate. So I presume there they are talking about the sensor, and it will scan faster than any of the competition. Thus, talk about a shutter, thus talk about rolling shutter. This seems to be playing directly into that. Do we have a shutter, a mechanical shutter for photography or not? Well, this is the world's fastest. In my comments, I've seen people talking about the fact that they use their Sony A1, which can shoot without the mechanical shutter, and some people basically just simply don't use the mechanical shutter because they don't need to. That's what they say about the Sony A1. If this one's even faster, well, presumably it can do the same thing. 120 frames per second continuous shooting. Now, there's no specifications around that, but again, it's here. And if this really is a Nikon announcement, well, here it is. Is it APS-C? Is it 11 megapixels? Well, we don't know, but still. And then in the final slide, we've got the multi-axis tilting monitor, which tilts at completely 90 degrees to the camera, which is very cool, along with the fact that they're saying here 20 frames per second raw with continuous shooting. Now, we don't know if that's like raw lossless, and whether it can do higher frame rates in raw lossy or JPEG, because it's confusing, because in the previous slide it says 120 frames per second. So who knows? Who knows what's between 20 frames per second raw and 120 frames per second continuous? Something. There's something in there, surely. That's the latest leaks in regards to the Z9 specs. Again, to reiterate, if this is real, it does very much sound like it could work without a mechanical shutter. As people in my comments have said, they use their A1s without the mechanical shutter now already. And this document suggests that it scans, the Nikon sensor scans even faster, and it's doing 8K 60. Insane, insane. But there's been even more information that has dropped today via Nakashita, via Nikon Rumors and other various sites, and that's in regards to what products we can expect to have released with the Z9, and that's including the Z9, the F to Z adapter version 2, and 2 or 3 Nikon lenses. Now, the latest lens that's being rumored is some sort of f4 zoom. And of course, we already have the 24 to 70 and we have the 14 to 30. What's on the roadmap? Well, there's the 24 to 105 on the roadmap. So there's a rumor that that lens might be coming soon or be announced at the same time. And we've also had in that leaked document, that YouTube leaked document that hopefully is real, very clear images of the 100 to 400 zoom. I'd have to think that that's coming at the same time. And that's just a super great place for a zoom lens to land. It gives you a long lens in 400, and if you go to DX and you're still shooting almost 20 megapixels, you get to 600mm. And then if you pop on the 2x teleconverter, you get to 1200 mils. So this is a super versatile lens. It will give you 100 mils all the way out to 1200 mils with a teleconverter and going to DX, all on the one body. Crazy, crazy. So it makes sense to me that that lens will drop, and there still is rumors around perhaps a long tele prime, like the 400mm 2.8. And I must add also that Morten Hilmer has teased that he's got a Nikon camera, because he's got a Nikon rep standing next to him, that he wants to show off to us on his next video this coming Sunday. So there's no other Nikon camera that's coming next. This is the Z9. It has to be. And if he's got it in a video that's coming on Sunday, it does definitely mean that the Z9 is arriving before Sunday. So we are now on the home straight, people. Hang in there. Super exciting times. Go Morten. Go you. That vision at the end of your video is absolutely outstanding. And I want to go there. I want to go where you're going, because that's the latest update. There's just so much excitement out there in the world for this. I do hope what we're seeing here in some of these latest leaks are true. If we did have a for photographic purposes, no shutter, yet we still have a shutter to protect the sensor, if that's the camera that Nikon have created, from my perspective, outstanding, and it makes perfect sense. It makes the camera last longer. There's less moving parts. It's just the future. It's just such a great way to go. So I suppose we'll expect the trailer sometime in the next day or two if the pattern continues. And then it is rumoured that the launch date is the 28th. Who knows? Trailer number 4 will probably tell us when the formal launch announcement is. So it may well be that trailer drops and then it's like a day later or 2 days later. Who knows? Anyway, everybody, please let me know in the comments below where you think we're up to on the Z9. As I said at the start of this is a very special moment in Nikon's history and in the general photography world. One of the incumbent players in photography, a company that's over 100 years old, showing that it's still got what it takes. I think it's an important moment, and I do think it's worth this continued coverage. And again, this time next year, we won't be doing this. It won't be as crazy like this, unless, of course, something interesting happens with a Z8. But anyway, even that might not be as big, and Nikon will be running out of numbers after that. Although, we could have like the Z10, couldn't we? Or the ZM, which was the name I gave the medium format. But anyway, besides Z9, Z8, and ZM, of course, those last two things I'm just making up. No one knows whether they're coming or coming at all. Something has to come in the coming years, or what are they going to release? Besides these 3 potential massive moments in Nikon's current timeline, there won't be another time like this. So enjoy this excitement, enjoy the roller coaster, and I myself, at this point in time, I can't wait. All right, again, check out the calendar. And I know they say, you know, best film of the year and all of that sort of stuff, but I actually think, and I've been doing these since 2003, so this is like the 18th or 19th edition. This may be one of the best calendars I have ever made. I'm so pumped about it. It just looks beautiful, and you know, the technology that we're creating with just gets better and better. And the images are getting better and better. But not only that, but the printer I print with here in Melbourne, Australia, in Fitzroy, just right next to the city, is using the latest technology in printing. And basically what I create here on my computer behind me here, it actually ends up. It ends up right here. So computer to plate and then plate to press, unbelievable. And the quality, unbelievable. Color rendition, unbelievable. I'm pumped about it. Okay, thanks so much for being here today. If this is your first time here, I would love to see you again, so please do subscribe, please share, please like. Don't forget merch. There's some merch right there, and jump on the website, grab yourself a calendar. I will have stock within 5 to 7 days. That's what the printer is telling me. And then I will be sending them globally. Yours will be on your way for those people who have patiently waited for this pandemic to clear here in Melbourne town. Okay, bye.